Reno. Red. Of course this door is unlocked. Why should I expect anything different? Reno! Oh my god. Red. Good morning, Sleeping Beauty.
Well, hello, Gavin.
Morning, Red. Didn't mean to startle you.
Uh-huh. Shouldn't you know better than to take a sleeping Turk by surprise?
I didn't hear you complaining. Once you realized I wasn't someone trying to kill you.
Nope, no complaints here. What time is it anyway? Why are you here? Ah, shit, am I late for work again?
By almost 2 hours, yes. But don't worry, I covered for you. Unfortunately, Song's compromise for letting you off the hook is this.
What the hell was all this?
They've installed a new digital system at headquarters. All of these reports need to be manually entered into the new system.
Are you serious?
Someone's got to do it, Red.
Okay. 1, this is bitch work, not Turk's work. And 2, this is my punishment for being late for work. It was 2 hours, not 2 years.
These are all Turk's reports, Reno. There's classified information in most of these. That means Turks have to do it. You were late, and instead of letting Song dock your pay for the day, I volunteered the both of us for this job.
Oh, and 3, and this should be the most obvious question. Why the hell are we doing this in my apartment?
You wouldn't answer your phone or the front door. Your apartment is only 2 blocks from headquarters. We can access the system here. Typing or reading, which do you prefer?
Typing, I guess. I'm not awake enough to read. Coffee first, though. Okay?
Okay. This one's yours, isn't it? I recognize the signature.
Looks like it. What's the date?
The day after your 19th birthday.
No shit? Oh man, that was ages ago. I don't even remember writing this. I was so hungover. Maybe just distracted. Pretty sure that was the day after we first, became a thing.
Oh, is that what we're calling it now? A thing?
Hey, don't read it, yo! There'll be some personal shit written in here.
Reno, I highly doubt you detailed the start of our relationship in an official report. You didn't, did you?
Of course not. Yeah, I remember this one now. It's just one of the many reports about avalanche surveillance back in the days when they were still pretty new. We could probably just toss it.
We can't toss any of the reports, Reno. Song wants all of them entered into the system, no matter how insignificant. just trying to cut corners now, Red. Look, I know it's tedious work, but as soon as we finish, we can focus more on each other. Is that motivation enough for you? Afterward, Reno, behave yourself. That way we can fly through these reports and I can make it worth your while.
Ooh, promise?
Get to typing, Red.
Man, maybe we should have stayed at the bar. Got awkward all of a sudden, yo. You know, now that we're alone together at your place.
Uh-huh. Like I told you at the bar, I had no ulterior motive in inviting you here. But considering the rest of our fellow Turks went home early, well, don't you ever just get sick of hanging out at the bar when we're not on duty?
Not really.
Well, this seems like a more pleasant environment to me.
Of course you think that. You live here.
No, I just meant it's more relaxing when there aren't other people around, fellow Turks or otherwise. Besides, you were the one that said your place was out of the question because it's a mess.
That's because it is. Trust me. But your place is fucking immaculate.
Thank you.
Maybe that's what makes all of this seem so awkward. I ain't used to hanging out in a place that has all this fancy shit laying around. I feel like I might break something if I breathe too hard. I'm not sure if drinking your fancy Wu-Tai booze makes it better or worse. Kind of feels like I'm mooching off you. I'm sure this shit ain't cheap.
It isn't. But don't worry about it. I'm not, or else I wouldn't have offered it to you. But I am sorry that you feel so uncomfortable here.
No, it isn't that. Well, you're the one that scouted me for the Turks. You know the kind of slum life I used to live. I ain't used to all this extravagant shit.
But your father was a Turk, wasn't he? Your family must have been very well off.
We were. Until he died in the war and my mom stopped giving a shit. That's why I ran away from home and was living in the slums. I was broke as hell, but at least I didn't have to deal with all the bullshit at home.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Don't worry about it. I'm over it. How'd you get your scar?
It's a long story.
Sorry. I didn't mean to bring up a touchy subject. I just always wondered.
No, it's okay. I just normally don't like to talk about it.
I'll tell you how I got mine.
Yours? Those aren't scars, Reno. They're clearly tattoos.
Yeah, but scars underneath. Carved them in my face myself when I was 15. Not my proudest moment.
Seriously? What made you decide to do that?
Drugs mostly. And depression. I was in a pretty bad place.
And so you decided to deliberately call attention to such a dark point in your life that you had them tattooed bright red.
Well, yeah. To remind myself not to hit rock bottom and be that stupid again. Hey, listen though. Do me a favor and keep all of that information just between us, okay? Rude is the only other Turk who knows. Well, aside from Veld and Song, I guess, since they've read my files and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
what?
I told you how I got my scars, so tell me how you got yours.
I'd really rather not, Reno.
Please? Come on, it can't be any worse than my story.
Back home in Gongaga, I was childhood sweethearts with a guy named Kai. When we were both 18, he was kidnapped by a gang of guys to whom he owed a shitload of money. Gambling debt he'd accumulated at the Gold Saucer, and so I decided to go out and rescue him.
All by yourself?
I know now that it was a big mistake, but I mean, I loved him, or I thought I did. I didn't want to take the time to scrounge up a rescuing party. Not many folks in Gongaga are fighters anyway.
So, what happened?
Oh, I rescued him, but I had to plow through over a dozen guys to get to him. I was exhausted by the end of it all, and so I was caught off guard by the only guy who was left alive. Using the last of his strength, he sliced open my face with the broken machete before he had bled out from the wound I had already given him.
Damn.
Oh, it gets better. When the guards from the Gold Saucer finally came to investigate, Kai told them what I had done, that I had killed so many people. He didn't even bother to mention that I had done it all in an effort to save him. And so they arrested me and dropped me into the desert prison below the saucer.
Whoa, seriously? I heard nobody gets out of that place alive.
Well, I did. Thanks to the Shinra company who granted me absolution in exchange for my lifelong services as a Turk.
Whatever happened to your boyfriend?
You mean Kai? I was sent to kill him about a year after I joined the company. As it turns out, things went from bad to worse for him. He got in over his head when he was caught at Gongaga's reactor, stealing materia and trying to sell it on the black market.
Did Veld know he was sending you to kill your former lover?
No, I never told anyone, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't either.
Got it. But man, it must have been tough to kill someone that you once had feelings for. At least you got a badass looking scar out of it, I guess.
I despise this scar. It has marred my appearance, and it's a constant reminder of Kai's betrayal. And how it led to the hell my life was before Shinra rescued me.
But it's good that it's a reminder, isn't it? I mean, that's how I like to think of mine. I mean, if I remember what shit my life used to be, then, you know, I can better appreciate everything that I have now.
Didn't know you could be so philosophical.
Well, I think it looks freaking sweet as hell.
It's repulsive.
Well, I think it's beautiful.
This thing is the exact opposite of beauty.
No, it isn't. It's part of you. It's part of who you are. You make it beautiful.
I gotta tell you, Reno, I much prefer it when you're making sarcastic comments and telling dirty jokes. I don't really know what to make of this side of you.
Do you want to know more? You might like it, yo.
Reno, you're drunk.
Maybe a little. But to be honest, I've kind of been wanting to do that for a long time. I don't want to read this one.
Why not?
It's another one of mine, but I don't want to read it.
What's the matter?
It's about you.
Me?
Zirconiade.
We gotta read it, Red. Would you feel better if I read it instead?
I was sent with my partner, Rude, to the front lines of the ongoing battle against Zirconiade. Under Song's orders, we were not to interfere, but to instead wait for our fellow Turks to return from battle. By the time we arrived, the summoned beast was already dying. There was a sudden flash of bright white light, only seconds before the shockwave from the explosion threw us back. When we regained our senses, there was only empty space where Zirconiade had previously stood. As a result, not a single one of our fellow Turks were recovered. They had simply disappeared. I solemnly regret to report all of them as officially missing in action.
Now that Rude's been dismissed, is there anything you'd like to add, Reno? You were unusually quiet during the briefing.
That was a briefing? Some fucking briefing! Oh hey, Reno, Rude, all your fellow Turks are dead now thanks to the evil fucking beast the Avalanche summoned, but it's okay, because I'm your leader now!
I never said that they were dead. I simply declared them as missing in action.
Song, Rude and I were there when the damn thing exploded. There was literally nothing left.
I know, Reno, I'm very sorry.
Sorry! You're sorry! I just lost the love of my fucking life and I didn't even get a chance to tell him how much he means to me. And you're sorry? How the hell would you feel if Rufus had disappeared after fighting that fucking thing?
You're out of line, Reno.
So fucking what? Fire me then, if I'm so goddamn out of line. I don't really give a shit. Nothing matters anymore anyway.
Reno, I can't begin to imagine what you're going through right now. But you know I won't fire you because the company needs you.
Yeah, because me and Rude are the only two Turks left other than you.
That isn't the only reason, but I won't have you losing faith in the company. You're better than that.
Come on, Song. You know I would always remain loyal to the company, even if you did fire me. I'm just so fucking angry right now.
And you have every right to be upset. I wish there was more I could do for you. I'll arrange some time off for you. I think it'll do you some good.
I appreciate that, boss, but if it's all the same to you, I'd rather just get back to work. Keep my mind off of everything. Besides, we're kind of low on available employees now, aren't we?
I already have a few candidates lined up for potential recruitment. But, if you'd rather not take any extra time off, then so be it. However, should you change your mind, you know where to find me.
Am I dismissed then?
Yes, Reno, you are dismissed. Reno, just give it time. Everything will work itself out.
Sure thing, boss. We're into the thick of all the meteor fall shit now, yo. Shit is so goddamn depressing.
It would be more depressing if the world had actually ended. Keep reading.
Even with the unexpected return of the Turks we had previously assumed dead, the meteor evacuation process in Midgar was still utter chaos. The other Turks were eventually sent to calm, while my partner Rude and I remained to evacuate the last of the civilians. We were loading the final group into the last remaining chopper when meteor hit. We quickly sent off the civilians and took refuge in what remained of the lower levels of Shinra headquarters. We lost consciousness during the impact and were both moderately injured when we awoke several hours later. We made our way out of Midgar on foot and were unable to reestablish communication with Shinra until we arrived in Calm, roughly 36 hours after the final extraction. Songs ordered me and Rude to finish evacuating Midgar tomorrow.
Yeah, the rest of us are leaving for Calm in the morning.
Still can't believe you're really here, alive. I can't believe all of you are alive after all this time.
Yeah, I know.
So, what really happened?
Song already explained everything. Zirconiade isn't the kind of summon you want to mess with. When we defeated it, it used what remained of its energy and plunged us into the life stream to die. It's a goddamn inexplicable miracle that we're all still alive.
Do you remember any of that? I mean, being in the live stream and everything? I mean, that's not really something that a lot of people live to tell about.
Not really. I remember fighting alongside everyone else. I remember a blinding flash of light, and the next thing I knew, I was waking up on a beach near Wutai. It's the same with the others. That's about all they remember, too.
And then the weapon.
Some said that destroying Zirconiade somehow disrupted the ecosystem and summoned Jade Weapon. It hunted us down, and when we defeated it, too, we had no choice but to remain in exile. The vice president, well, the president now, he worried that if we came back, our presence in Shinra would awaken another weapon.
Nah. The other weapons woke up and kicked everyone's asses without any help from you guys.
Yeah, so I heard. I guess it was only a matter of time, considering everything else that's already happened. Not that it really matters now, considering we have Meteor looming over our heads.
Yeah. Gav, I don't want you to leave in the morning. The last time we were separated by orders, well, all that shit happened.
It's literally almost the end of the world, Reno. I don't think you're seeing the bigger picture here.
But I am. And if we're all gonna die anyway, then I want to die with you.
Please don't say anything like that, Red.
There's so much I wanted to say to you since you've been gone. I thought I had lost my chance forever. And now that you're here, right in front of me, I just don't want to have any regrets. Can you see that?
No, Reno, just please stop talking. Look, I don't want to spend what might well be our last night on Earth doing anything but talking.
But I have so much that I want to say to you.
Don't say any of it. Show me.
This is taking too damn long, yo. The boredom of it all is literally killing me.
It's not literally killing you, Reno. There are only a few more left. You can make it. Look, this is the very first report that I filed when I returned to the company.
You read it. I mean, it's yours, so.
At the direct request of President Rufus Shinra and Turk's Commander Song, my permanent return to the Shinra Company resumes upon my return to Junon. Following my full recovery from geostigma, I was stationed in Wutai for a period of 19 months under strict covert orders of surveillance. I was provided with a company alibi, and during that time, I was presumed dead by all Shinra employees and had been officially declared as missing in action.
So it's really true, huh? Back from the dead yet again, I see. Thought Song was pulling my leg when he told me.
Hello, Reno.
Don't hello Reno me. Where the hell have you been? Thanks for the phone call, or I don't know, maybe even a fucking postcard to let me know that you'd survived Meteor Fall.
That's complicated, Reno.
Isn't it always?
We shouldn't discuss this at work.
When and where would you rather discuss it then? Because I got an awful lot I want to say to you, and you have a hell of a lot to explain.
I know I do. Look, meet me in the lobby after work. I'll take you home and we can discuss it there.
You better not keep me waiting. sorry about the mess. Rude's really the only company I get anymore, and he's used to it. Listen, you want a drink?
That sounds lovely, yes. Alcohol will probably make this conversation much easier.
Right. Make yourself at home, by the way. I'll be right back.
Well, what?
Are you gonna start explaining yourself?
I thought you had a lot you wanted to say.
No, it's probably better if you go first. Otherwise, I might say some shit that I will probably regret.
Fair enough. It's kind of a long story.
Oh, I'm sure it is. But I would really love to hear it.
I'm not even sure where to start.
Well, you can start by telling me where the hell you ran off to after Meteor Fall. You can explain why the hell you came back from the dead the first time. Just long enough for one last roll in the hay.
It wasn't like that, Reno. At least I didn't want it to be. I honestly thought that night was going to be the last time we ever saw each other. I was in calm with most of the other Turks by the time Meteor hit. Everyone was really worried because you and Rude were still in Midgar when it happened. We thought there was no way that either of you could have survived. Song ordered a search party, but he didn't want me involved because he knew how upset I was. So instead he sent me to Junon to help with the cleanup there, and that's when I got sick.
Got sick?
I only felt lightheaded at first. I just thought it was all the stress of everything going on. But only a few hours after I arrived, I keeled over and passed out. Right in the middle of the street.
Gavin, no.
I was one of the first cases of geostigma diagnosed in Junon. People were terrified of it when it first appeared. They wanted me dead so I wouldn't risk infecting them. I called Song and explained the situation, and he relieved me of duty. And so I went to Wutai. I figured that there may be some kind of ancient medicine there that could help. But of course there wasn't, and it took 4 nurses to drive me out of the hospital by the time the Holy Rain hit.
God damn it, Gavin. You didn't think to call me and let me know that you were so damn sick? Or at least called Song to see if I turned up so that he could tell me what was going on?
Song called me to tell me you were safe as soon as you returned from Midgar with Rude. But by then I was already on a boat to Wutai. I was relieved to hear that you survived. But I made Song promise to tell nobody where I'd gone.
Why? I would have dropped everything to help you.
I didn't want anybody to see me like that. I didn't want you to see me like that.
Oh, come on. The president was going through it too, you know. And so were a lot of our fellow Turks. Most of them were out of commission all over again. What makes you so goddamn special that you had to go hide out in Wutai while I had to stay behind thinking that you were dead again? And thinking that it was only a matter of time before everyone else around me was dead too.
I'm sorry, Reno. Is that what you want to hear?
No, I want you to help me understand why you've been away for so damn long. So, you had geostigma, and that really fucking sucks. But the Holy Rain cured everybody 2 fucking years ago. Where the hell have you been in all that time?
I spent 6 months after the rain trying to regain my health. You said yourself that so many of the others went through it. So you should already know that you can't just recover from the stigma overnight. It takes time for the body to adjust and strengthen itself again. And to be perfectly honest with you, Reno, I've spent the last 1.5 years trying to convince myself that you wouldn't hate me when I came back. Song had me on top secret reconnaissance missions all that time. Because he knew how terrified I was to come back to Junon with my tail between my legs, so to speak.
Give me a break, Gavin. We're Turks. We're supposed to help each other through this kind of bullshit. No, more importantly than that, I deserved to know that you were fucking sick. I should have been there to take care of you. Even after you were well again, I fucking loved you and I deserved to know that you were alive. I could never hate you.
Loved?
What?
You said you loved me, but you said it in the past tense.
Well, yeah, because I thought you were dead, Gavin. I've spent the last 3 years trying to move on with the rest of my life. Which has been really fucking hard, by the way, considering all the shit that's gone down. Especially all the shit that concerns you. I thought I finally had you back from the dead, only to lose you all over again the very next day. This time for 3 years instead of 3 months.
I know, and I'm truly sorry for that. All of it. Maybe very difficult to believe, but I've really missed you, Red.
And you will never even have the first clue how much I've missed you.
I think I could guess. I mean, you did just say that you loved me.
I did, you asshole! I mean, I still do. I wanted to tell you before Meteor Fall, but you wouldn't let me.
Reno, I knew exactly what you were going to tell me before Meteor Fall. But I didn't want to hear it because I knew I had to leave in the morning. And I didn't think I'd ever see you again. I thought we all were going to die when Meteor hit. We all did. I didn't want to spend what I thought were my final moments regretting all the lost time between us. I wanted to have one final moment of happiness with you. I didn't want it to be ruined by knowing how much we cared for one another. And as a result, feeling devastated that it was indeed our final night together.
But it wasn't our final night together.
No, but we thought it was going to be. I wanted to remember the smile on your face, the sparkle in your eyes, the sweet sound of your voice. I didn't want you to be upset and remorseful that we didn't have more time together. And when I was lying in my hospital bed, thinking I was gonna die, once again, remembering you that way was the only way I could handle it when the pain was so bad.
Man, don't say that kind of shit to me. I don't know what the hell to say.
I just want you to understand how hard it was on me too. Being away from you for so long. I can only imagine how difficult this has all been for you, Red. But it was no walk in the park for me either. The stigma and all the other bullshit aside, you must believe me when I say that I only ever wanted to be back with you again. I just couldn't swallow my pride and bring myself to return to you until now. And like I keep telling you, I'm very sorry for that.
Stop apologizing. You could murder my puppy and I'd still forgive you.
Reno, you don't have a puppy.
Right, but if I did, the point is, I really wish you would have let me help you throughout all that bullshit. But you don't have to keep apologizing to me. But I should be apologizing to you.
For what?
For not being there for you when I should have been.
Red, I know you would have been there for me if I'd let you. There's nothing for you to apologize for. love you too, by the way. Always have. Still do. Always will.
And you're sticking around this time, right? For good? I don't have to worry about you disappearing on me again, thinking you're dead and all that.
No, Red. You don't have to worry about any of that anymore. I'll make sure of it. You're misbehaving again, Red.
But we're done, aren't we?
With the reports, yes. But there is one more thing we should probably discuss. After that, I won't talk about work at all for the rest of the night.
Okay. What's up?
Do you remember what I said last week? About making sure you wouldn't have to worry about me disappearing on you anymore?
Yeah. What about it?
I'm considering filing a formal request for a partner transfer.
What, already? You've only been back for like a week.
Song hasn't assigned me a partner yet. The transfer request would be for you.
Me? But You're messing with me. You want us to be partners? Yeah. Ruth's been my partner since forever.
I know that. I also know that the two of you work very well together and that the two of you have become very good friends over the years. But if you and I were partners, we wouldn't have to worry about being apart from each other ever again. And it wouldn't mean that you'd never get to work with Ruth again. You'd just be working with me more often instead. It was just a thought, Reno. We don't have to pursue it if it bothers you so much.
No, it isn't that. Trust me, I would freaking love to be by your side 24/7. It's just, I don't know, I mean, I'm open to the idea, but I don't know, man, it'd be weird without Rude.
Just think about it then. We don't need to make any concrete decisions right away.
So, if you and I were partners, would that mean we get to do naughty things to each other in our spare time when we're on duty? Like, we technically get paid to screw each other.
I suppose so, yes. But spare time doesn't mean all the time, you know. The job would need to come first.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just saying how awesome it would be to, like, beat the shit out of some guys and then go get drunk and let you fuck.
I think we're pretty much done with work-related business for the day. Right? So, would you rather put that dirty mouth of yours to some better use?
Abso-fucking-lutely.